Hi Zendan Media. Welcome to a 1776 square feet 3 BHK apartment in Chennai, Navallur. This home is like a fairy tale, like my own life story, and I just can't wait to share it with all of you. Well, my name is Shri. What do? I think I travel, I read, I write, I dance. That's what I do in my life. In order to support what I want to do, I do work in a corporate, in an IT segment to kind of afford my lifestyle. But if I had a lot of money, I would have just traveled around the world. As you see, this is my living space, and this is nothing but just a reflection of me. It doesn't have a pattern because life does not have a pattern. It's imperfect, like the way we are. So my home is like a true representation of me. You know, there will be imperfections, and I obviously try and repair it, like how we keep repairing our own selves. That's like my art and crafts corner, because I do a lot of DIY. You will find bottles hand painted, and this painting that you see over here, it's the easiest thing anybody can do actually. I just kind of copied it from the internet, just randomly painted it on the brush, and I kind of framed it. This wall was empty, so I kind of thought that, you know, I can put some colors and blended with this. This is like the wooden tulips from Amsterdam, because I'm a traveler. A lot of things in this room are from different countries and different cities in India. So this is one of my favorite sit out area, and this has a very jungle theme, very bohemian theme, very gypsy theme. I'm a total gypsy in my heart, and most of the things that you see over here has been picked up from roads, from those fairs and those flea markets and all of it. But the most special thing over here is this particular branch. And honestly, it was like I was just driving along the road with my partner, and I saw like a dried up tree, and something just told me, let's pick that up and go, because I don't know, I just connect very wildly with nature. I picked it up, I brought it, I just hand painted it. You will see a lot of dream catchers over here. I'm a total Goan in my heart. I go to Goa once in 2 months, and I pick up a lot of dream catchers from there. And that's what I just hang it all around. So when I lie down over here, it gives me a total vacation vibe. So when you don't have to go out of your home, and you can just bring your vacation spot at home. And this mirror that you see, I think my heart is in that mirror. There's a very beautiful story behind it. My best friend knew that, I love to dress up, I love to look at me. And one random day he gave me a surprise, and he got this mirror for me. And from then, it's been like, every time I look at it, I obviously get reminded of him. The sad part is he's no longer with us, but I think, sometimes when your furniture kind of talks to you, they talk to you about how beautiful your life was. I obviously, this is the first thing I see when I wake up and walk to my living room, and I always remember my friends. So, sometimes things are just not things. They are totally an emotional connect that you have with them. And this mirror is a gift that always reminds me how much I was loved by my friend. So, I read somewhere that every morning you're born again, and what you do today matters the most. And it was told by an amazing young man who sat below a tree and kind of discovered life. Yes, I'm talking about none other than Gautam Buddha. And then, when I read that, I think it totally made sense. If I look at life, there had been such difficult past, but we can always begin again, because today is all that matters. And from then I had this thing, and obviously I read a lot about him, and my entire house is filled with him. And this obviously is the most enchanting piece of the home. I picked it up from Pondicherry, but I kind of keep him very close to me, so that, when I'm kind of lost and confused, I remember what he told. There has to be one precious place of your home, right? And I think this that you see behind is the most precious part of this living room. And yeah, it's me. And it's come the hard way, by the way. I think when I moved into the house, I was going through my separation from a very toxic relationship. And then, there was this one moment when I was trying to set up the house. I was like, what should go on the wall? What should go on the wall? And then I thought, why not me? Why not a very beautiful picture of me, full blown out? And so when you enter the room, the first thing I see is me. And it kind of reminds me every time that I'm the most important person on my life, and she is beautiful. Life is beautiful. And, it kind of keeps me grounded with my own self. So that you should always have it. You should always have one of your most amazing picture blown out and there as the most prominent part of your home. So that's there. Honestly speaking, this particular piece of furniture, I picked it up from a roadside where they kind of refurbish and they make, they break down the old furnitures and make something out of it. And it came for 2,000 rupees. Obviously, it was just the raw wood, and I kind of painted it, and it's totally imperfect. If you focus, you will see the paints are not perfect and it's not equally blended. But you know what, I don't sweat on it because I think life is like that. It's imperfect, it's not equally blended all the time. So I'm always fine with imperfections around me because it just helps me to be real. This is my crocodile bench, and I still remember it was one random weekend and I was passing through Thiruvanmiyur, and there's this beautiful shop called The Hut. It's just on the main road of Thiruvanmiyur near its police station. And they have this amazing wooden furnitures, very unique. Most of them are imported, and this then become like the most unique piece in my entire living room. I'm sit on a crocodile bench. I'm a total lover of plants. I have like 45 plants in the living area. One day I like literally counted it. And the reason why I have so much of plants is because, you know, I used to travel a lot pre-COVID, and obviously I love the forest and being out in the nature. So if you ask me, what is the most peaceful place of my home, and I'll choose this place. You know, I totally believe that if you can watch the sky from a part of your home, that's where you will find all the answers of. And this is the place where, if you see, you know, I have a huge skyline to watch. It's completely surrounded with plants. So it's like my mini garden. Something that I want to show is this glass pieces. Now these are nothing but, you know, you get these pieces like for 15-20 bucks out of any handicraft store. What I've done is I've kind of fixed it all together, and all of this, what happens when the sunlight falls on it, no? There's this nice beautiful sun drops that kind of roams around the entire balcony, and that gives me like that, you know, amazing feeling. So these are very simple things that you can add to your balcony to make it, you know, a little more vibrant, a little more talkative, a little more like you. This piece of bell that you see, it's one of my favorite, and I just like the vibe of it, you know. That's kind of the centerpiece of the sky for me. That's a lot of lamps hanging like invisibly, because I've used those, you know, invisible threads to hang it so that the wall doesn't look very blank. And this one, again, I painted it. You know, I kind of just randomly thought of one of my trips to Pondi, and I just scribbled some colors over there. And that's pretty much about it. You know, I've kind of made a very bohemian, very, you know, garden-like theme, and obviously that makes it what it is. Now I'll take you to a very secretive room of the house, and I should knock because my teenager daughter taught me to do so. Now this is my daughter's room. She's just turned 13, so she has a total teenage vibes in this room. As you see, she's made a poster wall. I honestly can't remember the name of the character, some anime character. It's a total different generation. She's made her own, you know, stuff like hanging the headset, doing some random paintings. She also has a DIY trade. And you know, this is her, obviously her study table less, her game table more. And she kind of posted some, you know, random albums which I cannot remember. So this is a total teenage room. I don't get to enter much, but I think she kind of pretty set it up with a lot of soft toys, you know, a lot of her own vibes, and she's totally playing it cool in her room. So that's the darkest room of the house. That is the boys' room. And there you see, you know, we have two sons. One is 19, one is 17. And this is how the room looks like. And I have no idea why it has to be dark, why there is so much of, you know, darkness, there's no lights. But I will let him explain. He is Aiden, he is my son. And let him explain what he's done to the room and what's the vibe all about.
Alright. So, this room was more of a storage room when I first moved in. That was the only thing that was functioning in this room, the bed. There was none of this except the bed and the couch and this cable. So, almost most of the stuff here is either quite I have to sit and search on Amazon.
Now to the place where we start a day and we end our day, right? Bedroom is the place where after an entire hard working day we kind of come and take a rest, and this is where we begin our day. And I think that kind of decides how the day will go through. Now if you look at my bedroom, I am very selective about the colors that I choose, because that's quite a trick, right? If you have too bright colors, I don't feel very comfortable. If you have too dim colors, I don't feel very happy. So I always kind of mix a bit of pastels along with a little bit of vibrant colors, and that's how mostly whenever I change my colors, I make sure I have light and bright together. That's exactly how my bedroom is, very well lighted, very well ventilated. I think every corner of your room kind of has to blend along with your entire theme, right? So I think that's what, this is my utility corner basically. I stack my homewares and everything, I box it up, but then it's kind of hidden, so you can always look for hidden places where you want to kind of have more functional things, but you can always deck it up the way you want to. Generally, you know, I prefer to have my morning cup of tea or coffee, whatever my mood is on that day. Read at least a page or two to kind of set my day. As you see, this is a balcony which faces the ocean also, and I have kind of surrounded it with a lot of flowers, because I think the first thing I want to see every morning when I wake up is colors. I want to know that the flowers will bloom. No matter how dark the night was, the sun is still rising, and it is a new day, it is a new opportunity, and I take the time to myself. You know, at least even if it's a 10 minutes, give that 10 minutes to yourself at the start of the day, and this is my place for doing that to myself. So I'm not a great cook, let me start by saying that. And this is the kitchen. It's closed and it's very, it's very minimalistic. I kind of try and keep it clutter free and clean as much as possible, because this is the place where you cook. And to kind of I've used a lot of stuff from Amazon. Basically you will get great finds over there to kind of just stack your masalas and make it little more functional, so that it's kind of easy for you to use it. Kept some plants here and there to kind of bring in the vibe of the entire house, because I think every room has to blend with each other. So because the view is also closed, I kind of hung some plants around, so that at least when I'm cooking also, I sometimes feel it's a vacation, which is not. But yeah, I think that's about the kitchen. Clean, neat, clutter free. Keep it simple. This is a very special a wall made of heart, because this says family, and we are a blended family. Me and my partner, we live together with our children, and I think it's less connected with DNA and more connected with the hearts together. And this is my family wall, my mom in between, because I think she was the center of excellence of the family. And then obviously I have my dad, my siblings, my mini version of me, my daughter, my partner who entered my life and made it more meaningful. I have my children, we are a blended family, as I say. So this wall is like the wall that reminds me of my roots and keeps me grounded. So that's my friend's wall. They are actually the wall. They've been through thick and thin. They can just, one phone call I will make and they will just come here right away to say, Shri, what's wrong? What do you need? So, definitely the wall of fame goes to them. So this wall reminds me that life will throw you lemons, and then you use the lemons to have the tequila shot with your friends. At the end of the day, no matter where you go, we always want to find a way back home. So this is it. This is my home. This is where I'm the happiest. This is where I'm at peace. And if you ever want to drop by, you are always welcome.